Stop settling. How many times have you compromised your standards just to avoid being alone? We've all been there. I've been there. But here's the thing about high value people. They don't settle. They don't budge. So in this video, I'm going to break down why you should do the same and why you're going to be grateful that you did so indeed. Now, meet Tim. Tim was always in relationships where he was constantly giving more than he was receiving. He lowered his standards. He think he could change or fix the person he was with. And he didn't want to be alone. So he stayed in unhealthy relationships so that longer than he needed to. And guess what? This only led to frustration, resentment, and less self-worth as he proved to himself on a daily basis that he felt that he wasn't good enough. You see, Tim didn't understand that settling was the problem. And just like Tim, I did that. You probably watching this video, I'd probably do the same thing too. And this is why this is key. To change, to stop, and to really improve. They don't deserve you. If you're settling for someone that's not giving you nowhere near what you're giving, they don't deserve it. Now let's look at Sarah. You see, Sarah understood her worth. She wasn't in a rush. She wasn't willing to settle for anyone that didn't add value to her life. She took her time. She focused on herself, and then she found the right person. And it was the perfect fit. Her life didn't need another person to complete it, because on top of her completing it herself, this person only complemented it. You see, rule number 1 is know your worth. You see, high value people start with one crucial foundation. If you don't know what you bring to the table, how can you expect someone else to see it? The key here is you should be at such a high level that someone shouldn't even have to ask what you bring to the table. If they ask that question, then my friend, you've done a bad job of showing them that you actually have a lot to bring on the table. So the question is, what values do you stand for? Know your worth and these answers, and don't compromise for anyone. Number 2, attract, don't chase. You see, I've shared this in some of my other videos. You see, as a dating consultant, a lot of the men, oh my gosh, I found this girl, so she's perfect for me. Great. Did you double message her? Yes. Okay. Did she respond to any of your messages? No. And you see, this is the problem. You've got to see the dating as an art. You can't rush the painting. And that's exactly what you do when you double text, when you try to force your way through things. It's an art. It takes time. It takes patience. It takes its right timing, its experience, its dedication, is just charisma and just moving. It's like you're dancing, right? If you step too much or step too close or do your 2-step but you misstep, all these things, they all affect your results. So don't chase, attract. Number 3, look for alignment and not perfection. What do I mean by that? A lot of you are so focused on finding a perfect partner. What if I told you that you need to find your perfect path and then have a partner that aligns with that path? If they don't align, it's a very easy decision to make. Get them out. Your vision, your goal, your life goal, whatever it is that pushes you or gets you up in the morning should be your main focus. And that person that you're with should align or complement that focus. If they distract you from that, as a man in particular, you're going to struggle. you're going to find yourself slowing yourself down, having to make excuses for not reaching your goals, and constantly, eventually turning into a space where you just end up resenting that person because you feel you could have been better off without them. And if you don't want that, stop looking for the perfect person and look for the person that aligns with your goal. Number 4, respect is non-negotiable. Now, whether I was in a relationship, in my marriage, anywhere, one of the biggest things that I never let slide is I'll never call a girl a bitch. I'd never could name any sort of disrespectful names. And I would expect the same exact thing on my name. You're not calling me names. You're not about to call me, disrespecting me in any way, shape, or form. And if you do any of that, this is where it ends. Like, we're done. That's something that you cannot negotiate, you should not tolerate, and you should make sure that you're stern with. Let me tell you something. If this is someone, again, I'm not teaching you guys how to pipe or go on dates and then have fun with girls. I mean, yes, this stuff works for that too. But what I'm actually teaching you is how to go out there and find your dream partner. Now, your dream partner, I'm assuming you're gonna have to want to have kids with. If she's used to disrespect, if she's accustomed to having a certain way to handle things that's just being handled poorly, and you don't correct that, your children are going to see that. Especially when it doesn't even hit, the dark times or the difficult times. If she can do that in good times, what do you think she's gonna do in bad times? I'm just saying. Emotions are powerful. We see high value people understand how to manage them. You see, if you're a high value person, you've probably pushed yourself to a financial space where you've seen what it's like to run a business and the different type of stresses that you deal with on a daily basis. And this is actually great skills that you can implement in your dating. Do you panic when the invoice hasn't come in yet? Yes, but you don't show it. Or you find a way to just understand that you can't control it and you just focus on what you can control, right? And that's exactly what that emotional stability looks like in a relationship. The things that frustrate you, are they things that you can control? Because if you can't control them, then why are you focusing on them? There's nothing you can do about them anyway. If you can't control it, why is it your concern? Why do you need to see who she's texting? Why do you need to see who's DMing her? Can you control that? No. So just focus on making sure that she's attracted to you most times because you're there for her or you're actually the guy that you believe you should be, right? Number 6, value your time. You see, there's something I learned from a video I was watching today. You're going to have to answer with what you've done with your time. One day you will. And I've spent my past 12 years building my physique, barely missed gym days or had yes, I ate a lot of rubbish food, but I maintained mostly a very healthy diet, right? Which led me to the physique I've got today. Same decisions were made last year. I decided to take financial literacy to a different level. I spoke to millionaires, I spoke to billionaires, I spoke to people that can advance me in my financial career because I was determined to understand how the financial system works, right? So you're gonna have to answer for the time you're spending. If you're spending all day on Netflix or you finish work and the first thing you do is fling on the TV and just watch something, right? You're not valuing your time. That's the truth. Especially if you're not where you want to be in life. So with that said, value your time. What I mean by value your time is how are you reinvesting? What's the return on investment on the time you have? The return on investment, every minute should have a return on investment. What does that mean? Okay, so this minute, this hour, the return on investment on this hour, for instance, I'm spending time recording this video, right? All I need is one video and then everything else is taken care of. This is a great investment in my head. It's a no-brainer. I'm making 4 of them. So instead of going to the betting shop and and spending money on something that may have no return. I'd rather, look, I just need to keep posting, and all I need is one video, and then everything else is taken care of. Great, sign me up. Let's do it. Right? It's a no-brainer. So value your time. Right? Understand that when you're investing in things, you should have an idea of what the return looks like. Cool. Never settle for less than you deserve. Now, I'm telling you this from the bottom of my heart because I have done that countless times. I've been taken advantage of because I thought that by being kind and just being there for people, I could allegedly fix them some way, somehow. No, it's not your job, it's their job. You're an adult, they're an adult. If they've got a problem, they should fix it. It is not your job to fix their problem. So, when you now go into relationships or you're looking to date someone, if they've got a problem, they share it with you, fine, you have a decision to make as an adult. But at the same time, you shouldn't take on someone else's responsibility because you have this hero concept that you're going to come and save them. Because it's not your job. It's not your job. And I guarantee you, at the same time, you're going to find someone out there that doesn't have to have you dealing with some of the stuff that you're dealing with this person. So guess what? Do not settle for less. Let's take it back to Sarah. Sarah didn't settle, and she eventually found someone. Now, you can't rush the process. Good things take time. They need to be developed. They need to be developed, and you need to find the right person. Now, deeper, you're not gonna find this is not someone you're gonna frequently find, right? But it is someone that once you do find, you know that it's the right decision to make. So take your time making that decision. I took 3 years, spent it with beautiful women and women that I generally wouldn't have mind being in a relationship with, but I said no, I'm not settling. And then I found the person I wanted to be with, made that decision, and I never looked back. So with that said, guys and girls, this is it's a clear path to success. If you follow this line per line, I guarantee you, you're going to be able to secure something solid as soon as you realize how easy it is to just remove whoever doesn't align. The most important one is your end goal, someone that aligns with it. They don't need to be perfect. They just need to align with your goal. That's the most important thing. Your legacy, your mission, whatever you want to call it. If you're a Christian, your purpose, even if you're not a Christian, right? Whatever your purpose is, let it align with it, because that's where your passion comes from. That's where your fire is. And if they don't align with that, you're literally about to burn yourself out trying to maintain something that simply doesn't complement the fire that's already inside of you. If you don't have a passion, which is not mandatory, by the way, it doesn't have to be by force for you to have a passion, but you should have an idea or goal. For instance, where do you want to settle? I've heard divorces of people that didn't even know that they wanted to settle in Jamaica, and then this person wanted to settle in Trinidad, and they just couldn't come to an agreement because they didn't have this discussion. So have the end goal in mind and then work steps back. This is where I want to be. I want to be in the beach. So if you like the cold, stay the fuck away from me. Right? It's a no-brainer. Literally. Or I want to get out of the UK. You want to stay in the UK? Alright. That's not. I'm not your guy. I don't care how beautiful you are. This is where I'm going, and this is what I say to some of my clients. Some of my clients, a client in particular, who was Muslim, was like, "Yeah, I'm Muslim. I want a Muslim wife." Then why are you looking at Christian women, bro? Why? What are you doing? But I can change, and no, you're settling. Don't settle. You will find a beautiful woman that's Muslim. If you get yourself to the level where you're able to attract those type of women in abundance. So build your physique, build your mindset, build your financial literacy, right? And then build your ability to communicate and your emotional intelligence. By the time you do those 4 things and then you start looking again, you're gonna have a lot more options. And then of course, environment is very important. You're looking for Muslim women? Go to a Muslim country. Relocate to a Muslim country. If that's something that you're really, what's the word? You think that's really important to you, then yeah, absolutely do that. It makes it easier. You got options, right? You always want to have options because women don't like desperate men, and men can't get women whilst they're desperate. It's a losing game. So you have to be in the abundance space. So I really hope this video has helped. If this sounds like something you need a bit more help with, I'm currently running a one-to-one coaching. So go to the Calendly link on the description and book a call, and then I'll see if you're the right fit and someone that I can work with. And yeah, we'll just take it from there. So if that sounds like you, definitely book a call. So spaces are limited. However, I am more than happy to work with the right person. So yeah, book a call and I'll see you on the other side. For the other ones, hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Share in the comments what you thought of this. If this sounds like something that you're struggling with, and I hope that this really changes your perspective, most importantly, because I really need us to step up. A lot of us are complaining about the dating market, but we're setting the standards ourselves. We're complacent, we're not working on ourselves, we're not building ourselves, we're being lazy, and on top of that, it's reflecting on the market. So when you're lazy, you're gonna meet someone that's lazy just as you are, because that's what you tolerate from yourself. So why shouldn't you tolerate in someone else? So I really hope this video has helped, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.